Okay, so just a little background. Um, so Z is like he's been around for a long time. You wouldn't know it from because his channel is kind of small still. For as many years as he's been doing content, um, I didn't know who he was really until all this stuff started. There was a time when he had blocked me on Twitter for a little bit. I don't know why. Anyway, he if you want to know like the original story about like the first time, like I heard the story, but I did not link the two together. So the original or the earliest story that I know about him is if everybody, I was in Z's chat room on Twitch, really. Uh if you guys know who Moo Moo Milk is, right? Moo Moo Milk's catchphrase is "Hey, let me clutch," right? So if you want to know the origin story of "Hey, let me clutch," the person that recorded him saying that and put it on whatever it was back then, the forums or whatever the hell they were doing, was him. It was Z. So Z has history with Moo Moo Milk already. So the whole thing where hey, let me clutch. I mean, Moo Moo Milk should be happy about it because it turned out he's got T-shirts made with "Hey, let me clutch." It's like his thing now. It's a joke. It's a meme. And like it's very rare in life that you end up getting a meme. You know what I mean? Like who gets a meme? He got one, but Z, this dude right here, is the one who released the recording of it because I guess Moo Moo Milk instead of typing a message to him, he remember how you could leave voice messages on Xbox 360, and then he posted it. Did he pass away from COVID? No, no. So anyway, that's the story. So he already has it out for Moo Moo Milk. Like he already has a personal thing with him. And of course he brings that up in this video. Not that, but some other shit. But just for some context, as far as his place in the community, imagine Gears of War 3 days, okay? Gears of War 3 days, height of Team Essence. And then this dude comes out with like that whole thing, like a scandal kind of thing. If you can imagine. So anyway, that's his. That's just history. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and then you guys can hear, and I'll let you know.
Hey folks, a lot of you have probably wondered why I haven't been playing Gears 5 or creating content for the game. As you know, I've made content up for the game for the past year and a half plus, and I haven't made any since. I've reached out to some people that I've previously worked with, either with the Coalition spoke amicably with, or whether it's been an email address from people that I've previously worked with and they know me, like the Xbox PR people. I asked them to get in touch with TC and let me know what's going on because I'm unable to play the game and make content. They all said, yeah, that's great, we're going to get in contact with TC, we'll let you know. Didn't really hear anything back. I contacted TC Kilo. A lot of times I've seen on his Twitter that he's been very active. I've asked politely, hey, could you look into this case number? Thanks very much. It always ends up getting about 20 likes. I know he's seen it, but he's just not responding. No one has been responding. Eventually, I was able to sort of log out of my forum account, check back, and we are able to see that this was one of the reasons that I can't sign in, which probably extends to the game, etc. So this is most likely the reason. The most likely reason was that this user has, quote,
The most likely
continually harassed
reason.
the TC community. And that's interesting. That's a very interesting point because that's quite a large allegation against a content creator and a YouTuber with a personal and sort of public profile. So I thought I would just be calm and just respond. The best thing about the internet is that everything's always on the internet and you can always go back and look. So most people won't be bothered. Most people will see this and think, oh, good riddance. You know, he was obviously been a bit of a dick. Good riddance. And they won't look into it much more. However, I implore you to actually look into it more. Now, what's interesting
What's up,
about this
Checho?
is if we head over to my YouTube page, we can just do some actual pure dig some actual pure digging. So, of all of my videos, if you want to look through them all, which are available here, there is not a single quote harassment. There is things about me talking about ranked team deathmatch, talking about how
Now, I just want to point out something, okay? Just because you personally don't believe that something that you said or did was harassment, just like you can honestly believe that yourself, that does not make that a fact, okay? If someone else feels like they're being harassed, then it's harassment. And because you don't feel that the way you said it is a harassment, it doesn't mean that that's the reality. You understand? So the whole premise here of, go through my videos and try to find something that's wrong, like, it doesn't matter what I find. What matters is, like, the people at the coalition felt harassed. They legitimately felt harassed, okay? Like, there's no other way to explain that. Yeah, I mean, what else can be said about it? Nobody needs to go through all these videos. They felt harassed.
changes, talking about the ranking system, talking about how to deal with stacks, talking about the netcode, esports.
Now, see, all these topics that he's talking about, okay. Who like, can you imagine being a developer and having somebody like this trying to tell you how to do your job? I'm sure that they like to get feedback from the community, and I'm sure it's brought up, just as a topic, but they are not getting advice or consultations from a fucking YouTuber. They're not. And all of these things that he's talking about, like, I'm gonna let it continue.
There's a whole discussion. There's some promotional work there for Gears Tactics. There's a whole page of videos, and never have they been disrespectful.
This again, he points out, not disrespectful. It's not up to you to tell us what we think is disrespectful or not. Okay, if I hear something that's disrespectful and I believe it, that to be disrespectful, you telling me, oh, it wasn't, is not going to change my mind. Okay, and this, like, it just looks like a very veiled attempt just to be like, oh, once again, it's something that he always points out is all of the videos he's made. He's made a lot of Gears of War videos. There's a lot of them. But so what? It doesn't give you any more authority or influence or right to harass people that work at the coalition.
So that's out there. All of my public work has never been personal or disrespectful. It might have ruffled some feathers occasionally, because like anyone that makes a product, obviously you don't want someone talking poorly about it. But obviously I think anyone that knows, if someone is quote negative, or if someone is quote critique or a critiquer of something, it's probably because they actually like the thing. I'm not a lunatic. I wouldn't be playing this game if I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't be making content on it if I didn't enjoy it. So you can look back through all of my content, where we discuss how good is the new Gears 5 developer playlist. We all chat about things and we help. And so the YouTube side of things has been always fine. I don't see any issues there. Again, you can look into it, but there's certainly no consistent harassment of TC community members on the YouTube page. The next thing we can take a look at is the forums.
I promise you, if you were to go through his videos, you would find something that you would say, he would say, oh, I guess that's just ruffling feathers. Well, when you ruffle a feather, it especially when, it's the coalition, for instance, what do you expect? Like, I don't know, man.
Which is the place of the ban. And these were some of the posts, or should I say all of the posts, which again you can look into yourself.
Oh man.
I'd like to state
look,
I never once received a warning on the forum, never once was banned on the forum, never once was told, hey, this post isn't allowed, hey, don't...
You're not owed that. Like, there's no special treatment for you. Like, you're just like everybody else. If you cross a line, you get clapped. That's for everybody.
speak to somebody like this. Never once during my time on the forums this year was I ever warned, questioned, told this was wrong.
You're
Every
not
post I ever
warned. You
made on
don't.
the forum
There's no guarantee. Like, there's no.
well
The coalition isn't like, okay, well, if you do something wrong, we're gonna tell you don't be a bad boy first. All right, we're gonna tell you one time, don't be bad. Okay. Oh my God, this guy.
received. So here are the threads that if you want to look in. I discussed how the ranking system is currently broken, and I discussed in detail how to...
Again, telling fucking developers how to do their job, okay? Over and over and over again. All his content is telling them what's wrong with the game.
Prove
like
it
literally,
this
guy's crazy.
I got a response from a developer. He liked my skill video so much that he basically told me that I increased the bar for feedback for Gears of War. So I think if a developer is telling you that your video increases the bar for feedback, that your feedback is pretty valid.
Bro, do you know what a courtesy is? You ever heard of the word courtesy? All right. This is like me saying, oh, well, Kilo said happy birthday to me on the dev stream, so we're best friends now. It's just ridiculous. Like, just the entitlement, the sense of entitlement that he has, and
it certainly isn't an issue. Next, we talk about, again, another video where a developer responded, and he called it fantastic interaction. So, if me and a developer are having fantastic interaction, I don't think my feedback is poor or harmful or harassment.
Yeah, sure, because, if you have one positive interaction with somebody, anything you do after that can't possibly be harassment, right? Like, something that happened months after whatever you're talking about. What is this, March 20, a year ago? So, your fantastic interaction was from, October 2019. Okay. So I guess from then on, no matter what you said, you're good, right? Okay, makes sense. Thank you, Grits, for the sub, bro. Thank you.
Consistently, if they were harassing. I've created some game mode ideas for the team. I've recapped the developer guides. I've created a fast completion guide to help people get through the tour of duty. People liked it. I did some Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 events. Then I did a critique on the netcode.
Yeah, I bet the critique on the netcode. I bet the developers all gathered around as soon as the video dropped. I bet they all just watched it and took notes. Oh my God, this guy.
A review of the new ranking system that was updated. This did really well. I think it was trending. Again, all of these things are just me discussing the game. And there's never ever been a problem. For example, this most recent one was a discussion about Panahu, about how I actually like the map and how I think it's solvable, and how I think that you could tweak some of the geometry, like you could put 2 caves either side and make
Look, here he goes again. He's all right, this guy who makes YouTube videos, okay? He makes YouTube videos. Now he's going to tell you, how to make a better map too. How about that? He knows it all. This guy knows everything. You all right?
Sort of rooftops.
Why don't they hire this guy? Like, he should be in charge of the coalition.
Give it a bit of personality.
My God.
And I was disappointed that they scrapped the tiles and started making maps like this just to get rid of them, because obviously the community didn't like Panahu.
So all right, this is a common theme. Hold on, I'm going to bring this up real quick. This is a common theme. The community that he talks about, okay? The toxic community he likes to talk about, as if the community is this one entity, okay? It's insane.
It was a solvable map, and I was wondering if they were going to tweak it, or are they just letting it die out? So I've even tried to help maps that people have been really, really brutal on. So there's never been an issue on the forum either. I've never had a single problem on the forum, so I cannot understand that. Lastly, we have Twitter, which is the only other social media that I've used to discuss.
It's funny he
PS5
ends with Twitter, by the way. The thing that actually got him banned.
Just to illustrate a point. These are just some images here. If we zoom in here, so these are some direct messages.
That's from Dana.
Obviously, I'm not going to send and show all of my direct messages because that would be rude. But I think if
Dana now he's concerned about being rude. Wait,
you made my job easier.
Wait.
That is
now being rude is a problem.
Continually
interesting.
That
maybe he did learn something from this ban.
The next image is, if people have speculated it's about some sort of, I don't know what you would call it, like anti-LGBT ban. On my Twitter page, I've always been an advocate of making people feel more welcome and doing what's right, even if it gets you some stick at the time. So there's an example there.
I mean, look, what there's different people in the world, that they have a different thought process, and some of them know how to appear a certain way, but their true personal beliefs come out in their comments that aren't direct about these things. And if you saw what he put, I don't think he puts it in his video, but if you saw the interaction he had with the developer, then it's clear as day why he got banned. That's what's so weird about this. It's he's really squeezing this out for as much content as possible. He knows why. Like the interaction they had with the comment he had about the South Park, it was a South Park tweet. That was the last thing, that was the thing they needed to ban him. I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten rid of him a long time ago, but they needed him to cross the line, which he totally did. And he's not showing that tweet.
It's just me being amicable with a developer.
He's not showing that.
Joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
The last picture is like a developer reaching out, so he messaged me first, and he's like, "Oh, I saw you were playing a really laggy game on Clock Tower."
Again, this is courtesy. This is just a courtesy.
Team has a look into it.
Oh my god!
I don't think a developer would take their time out of their day to message me if you thought that this person was like.
If the coalition told a certain group of people that they're like, look, we need to maybe check on some content creators today. Could you take a look? And then they were looking at different streams and saw him lagging on a game, and they're like, oh, it's that Z guy. He makes content.
If that was true,
let me send him a message. Like, there's nothing special about.
On Twitter.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
These people weren't tagged, but I was just having a discussion on my page about I wish they would focus more on fixing the core issues rather than doing these other things. It got a bit heated, and even though TC Kilo and TC Sarah were not tagged on the post, they actually found their way to my post and basically said, "Hey, let's cool it." And I said, "Yo, that's fine."
I mean, hey,
it's really hard to fit everything you want to say.
I'm just gonna put this out there for everybody in the chat. If people from the coalition literally tweet at you and say to cool it, wouldn't you think that, hey, maybe I'm going a little hard in the paint here? Maybe I should simmer down a little bit. Maybe my method of getting this across isn't very effective right now. Like, that's what I would think. I would be like, at that point, me personally, like, I would be so apologetic to them. I would be sending gift baskets to the coalition, okay? Like, I don't know what, t-shirts, something. I would do something nice for them, because that is insane to get a developer to have to tell you to cool it. What is this? Like, that's not good.
So, yeah, apologies for that. Like, if that caused anything.
If
that's the only
that caused anything. Okay, so people that are getting paid to work on a video game have to stop what they're doing to tell you to cool it because you're so negative and toxic. Okay? And then you ask if that affected anything. Well, what do you think? Oh my god.
I've ever had. And also, if I've ever reached out to a developer, I've always sort of said the following, like, hey, I always say maybe do once or twice. I'll say, hey, could I have a question answered? And if they don't want to answer it, I'm like, yo, you're well within your right to decline, because the community's stressful and it's your private account.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
I don't expect you to, I don't expect me to pick up the phone and then you to give me a
Oh,
customized
that's
answer
so
back.
thoughtful
Like,
of
don't
you.
have to do that.
Really?
I'm just asking out of
Wow.
my own intrigue as a fan. But if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to. You're not on the clock. You don't have to make.
Oh,
a
that's
customized
so nice
response to
of
me,
you, Z.
so
Wow.
feel free to decline. It's fine.
Okay, and we can decline as well. I'm sure that the coalition is so happy to hear this. Oh, thank you, Z. We don't have to respond to you, and you won't get mad at us, and your feelings won't get hurt. Okay,
So
great.
I've never
It's
had
very
a
nice of
problem
you.
with that. There is only one instance that I can think that may have
Uh-oh.
upset people, and it was after these two videos. And I'll just quickly explain these two videos because it's kind of strange. So in fact, it was just one video. I guess it was just one video. Yeah, there was just one video. So in
Oh, here it is. I remember
I
this.
basically said that the community is awful and a lot of it needs sorting out. Like, everyone's arguing, everyone's like super aggressive back and forth.
Everyone. Okay? Everyone. Like, who is he talking about? I don't see Shadows arguing with anybody. I don't see Landon arguing with anybody. I don't see Weicho arguing with anybody. Or Krauser. I mean, I don't see all. I maybe this was when those one I don't even want to mention was going on, but that was not the community. This guy's perception of the community is not accurate. It is not factual. He hasn't spent a minute in anyone else's communities. I guess he hasn't taken it upon himself to maybe venture out of his own little bubble. It infuriates me to hear him talk like that when I love my community. My community, we're never toxic to anybody ever, and people I'm friends with are not toxic. The other streamers I'm friends with are not toxic. If they are, I do not fuck with them. We have a very positive community. Just because people like him, there's a few, it's not just him that go hard on TC. There's a couple people, and I like them too. Like Levo, he goes hard on them. But just because people like bigger content creators don't do that doesn't mean that you have to be the savior, or that that's the right thing to do or whatever, because everybody knows the problems of the game. But I think that some of us at least have the respect for the coalition, that they are professional game developers. Like, the idea of making even one video trying to tell them how to do their job is insane. Like, that it's just it just makes people look dumb, and they get views out of these videos, which I guess that's really what the point is why he keeps dragging us out. He's getting views. What's he got? 35 hundo on it. It just came out today. I mean, so at the end of the day, man, like, I don't think the Gears community is toxic. I don't. I think there's some pockets that are, but as a whole, from my experience of all the communities I'm in, everybody is really cool. They don't let shit go down in their chat. They don't attack other streamers. Everybody's positive. We try to support each other. I don't know what he's talking about.
And the example that was given here was way back in the day, the Gears 2 forums, there was tons of abuse back and forth if you ever disagreed with somebody's point. So I joined the Discord here and I saw some people having an argument back and forth about the ranking system. Both people actually had some factual information wrong, so I joined the conversation and I just said, yo, players can actually play +2 and -2 rank difference, so I know you two are having a full-on debate here, but you're actually both wrong, because you can play +2 and -2 in ranks. And then this went into some large debate.
What is he talking
then
about?
they obviously were upset that I was sort of calling them out, even though I was just giving some factual information.
He's talking about Gears
And then it
2,
all
right?
spiraled into like, you know, arguing. And the point of the video was not about the users in this video. It was irrelevant. The people in this video are irrelevant. The point was.
Oh, so he's saying it was
that even
like
after
Gears
all
2,
of
I
these
guess.
years, when you end up disagreeing with somebody in the Gears of War community, they don't just look at the points that you're making, they make it personal. So the example I used here was,
That's not
here's me having
true.
just a regular conversation.
He's
And
talking
even-
about randoms on the. He's literally talking about randoms on the forum. Like, I don't understand what his point is. Is he saying like I'm not as bad as these guys, so ban me? Is that what he's saying? Like, I don't understand this.
And this turns into you know, an aggressive mess from their side. So I was just like, we need to stop this, we need to stop doing this, we need to be better. And that's it. That's literally it. But apparently there has been continued harassment of the TC community. So that's all I can say. The last piece that blew up on the forum was this. It was me discussing all of the reasons as to why I've uninstalled the game.
Okay. First of all, never do a video saying why I uninstalled your game. Like, please, anybody that's doing content, just don't. If you uninstall the game, quit playing it, just do that and don't tell anybody. I can't, like, I get on Twitter and there's always somebody that's uninstalled. And it's like, you know, you're going to be back in a week or two, so quit lying, you know, or a month. Let's say a month. Once you play Gears, you're in it. Like, there's no not playing the game. So you can uninstall and reinstall, uninstall. I see the same guys doing it all the time. To take it to the next level, though, and make a video about it, where he's just gonna like, I mean, basically what this video means is, it's kind of like saying I'm protesting. This is like his version of protesting and telling the coalition, who at this point he thinks are watching every one of his videos, apparently, that for them to then say, oh my God, Z is uninstalling the game. We better do the changes that he wants us to do. Let's message him right now and say, Z, we're taking all of your advisement and we're implementing them all in the game. And then Z can make his video saying, oh, I'm the hero of Gears. I'm reinstalling because they took my advice. Like, that's literally why he's doing this video. There is no way he's going to stop playing Gears at this point. Like, when he makes a video saying the reason I uninstalled Gears, or the reason why I uninstalled the game, this is bullshit. He's not going to quit playing the game. This is complete, like, he's trying to influence the coalition and to get his supporters to then uninstall themselves. So this is similar to what another guy tried to do. He tried to go on strike and say, just quit playing the game, quit playing the game, quit playing the game, until they do what I want them to do. Like, until they make the changes I want, everybody quit playing the game. So basically go on strike. That's what this is about. That's all the only reason to make a video like this is to influence the developers by encouraging your community to follow your lead. And it is absolute nonsense.
This is feedback. This is not, there was no, you can watch the entire video.
So do you understand? It doesn't matter what he says in the video. It's the premise of the video. It's the premise of it. It doesn't matter that he was less offensive in the dialogue of the video. He totally misses it.
What's the word? There was no shitting on developers. There was no, you know, there was just here's all the reasons why I've uninstalled, and you know, that's it. And a lot of people were just like, yo, I completely agree. I feel the exact same way. The ranking system's irritating me. I can understand your frustration. And they're all discussing it. There's like 184 pages. I didn't receive a single warning. You can see all the way down here. I was never warned. I was never flagged. This is just me giving feedback. So I you know, you know, we can see here, when was this? February. You can even see here, I said, listen, if somebody leaves Gears of War for a few weeks and plays a new game, try saying, this looks fun, tell me about it, what's new, what does it offer that Gears doesn't, and also what does Gears offer that the new game you're playing doesn't. I said I've received a lot of abuse in PMs about...
Wait. He's the one that uninstalled, alright? You tell us what game is better. Okay? We're not supposed to tell you. You're the one that uninstalled the game. What is this? And then again with the toxic community again.
And all I decided to do was criticize the game and take a bit of a break. I've generated over 1.5 million views. Yeah,
there he goes again. Yeah, you gotta put them views in there. I gotta put them views in there for sure.
The literal nobody. And although that figure isn't high, it's all been unpaid free work that's taken thousands of hours. And I've just tried
thousands of hours. So of course he should be treated. He should be treated differently because no one else has done that.
Tried to help the community, and I've just said let's treat people with a bit more. This isn't edited. I can't.
It's funny that it's funny for him to when he feels disrespected. It's fine then for him to say, hey, we need to treat everybody with more respect. But yeah, he cannot treat the developers with marginal respect.
Treat people with a bit more respect. We all like the game. We all want it to succeed, but it's not going to with such a toxic community. That was the last post I ever made on the forum. So to ban someone for, quote, continued harassment is crazy.
No, it's not.
So that's
if you harass someone continuously, you get banned. Like, what do you mean?
That's why I can't play any Gears games. That's probably why I can't play any future Gears games.
Now, look, I'm gonna say I think that what they did to him, I don't agree with taking him off the game personally, but I cannot defend this guy. I cannot defend him.
And if there's any larger content creator out here, it would have been nice if the community could have said, hey, this is ridiculous, or give your opinion on it or whatever.
Oh wait, the community that you just got done calling toxic, that community, is that what you're talking about? And what bigger content creator exactly? Like, what bigger content creator is gonna put themselves out there for you after what you said on Twitter? Like, there's nobody. Oh my God, nobody's gonna endorse any of this. Like, it's impossible to defend this guy. It really is.
Because obviously my channel is ignored, silenced, or whatever you want to call it. They do not care about hearing from me, so I can't get my voice out there. And it was a little bit, I would say frustrating. It was a little bit frustrating because throughout my 1.5 years, there's been people that have PM'd me, DM'd me, at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, saying,
hey, what's up,
I'm
Tony?
feeling depressed. I've talked them through it. Saying, hey, what can I do with my shotgun skills? How can I improve this? There's been so many DMs and messages, and I've always given them the time of day to try help them. And
oh wow, that's very nice of you. You mean you're actually participating in your own community that you built because you're a content creator, so you're actually interacting with your followers and stuff? Wow, that's great.
I can't see a single person that's once said, hey, why is Z banned? This is crazy. But that's it. So
so now he's upset because nobody's running to his defense, I guess. Everybody asking for his Nasher tips, but when it comes time to defend him, where are they? Is that what he's saying? I think that's what he's trying to say.
Why I've been suspended. Now you can speculate if it was.
He's really trying to get a mob together. Like he wants a mob to defend him or something. Like, I don't know.
Or whatever. But the criticism is fair, and the developers even said themselves, they're picking up the DMs and asking me what's going on. So
again, courtesy, man, courtesy for you. Being a content creator, they're gonna be responsive to you. Well, not now, but
and I think people have got a misconception that if most of your videos are negative, which they're not, they're critiques, but if most of your videos are negative, then you should be banned because you're not making TC look good. That's irrelevant. My job isn't to make TC look good. I've done videos where I've highly praised the game. You can go through my channel. There are tons of videos where I'm super happy with the game and the steps it's taken. and there are videos where I'm not happy. My as an independent content creator, my job isn't to make TC happy with my content. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not paid by them. I don't make content for them. I make content for the community. And
So here, let me explain something, okay? I personally know that the people that are in the TC partner program are not paid, and I don't count that as a sponsorship. I don't think getting characters a day early counts for anything. And for him to act like, there's even a possibility of someone in his position being paid by the coalition to do content, it's just so out of reality. It's unbelievable. Nobody's getting paid to do Gears content. Nobody. Everybody does it for their own channel, and you got views by doing Gears content. That's what you got your views from. That's what you built your channel on. There's no one else getting paid by the coalition to not critique them, okay? The reason they're not being critiqued by bigger content creators is because bigger content creators understand that they are not game developers, okay? They understand that there's professional people that do that job, that make a lot of money a year to do that job, and that they have no expertise to even critique them, especially to the level that you've gone to. Like, you've gone so far over the line with these videos. It's a total mystery to me why you are shocked why that you got banned. I can't believe that you don't understand this.
and I think it's always been fair. Definitely, it's always been fair, and it's always been.
And just because you think it's fair does not make it so. Just because your belief in something does not make it factually correct. And the assumption that you are constantly factually correct in all these interchanges that you've had with the coalition, it's a problem. Like, it's an issue that you think that you're just 100% blameless and not taking any responsibility. Not taking any responsibility for this at all. That's why it'll never get unbanned. This should be an apology video. This should be showing out the tweets that you put, and you saying, I am really sorry, I went over the line. I will never do this again. I understand where I went wrong. I understand this, and that. I'm so sorry. Like, that should be the video. This is just another nail in the coffin.
On point, because it's always hit the mark. People have always seemed to agree with it.
And these people that agree with it, like, I guess they're not toxic then? They're not part of the toxic community because they agree with him, I guess. But apparently the whole community's toxic except the people that agree with his points and videos. Okay.
There's only ever been 2 instances where there's been disputes online. If you want to take a look at this, for example, which is a pretty strange situation, but it's true. I don't mean to bring up the situation of this guy in particular. It's not about this person. I'm just using it as an illustrative point. So
all right, here it is. This is it. This is what he dusts off every time. All right, he loves dusting this thing off, give it a good wipe down, and throw it back up. All right, here it is.
Actually hold any grudges nor care about this situation.
Here it is.
I'm just using this to illustrate a point. If you take a look, I actually reached out to TC to ask about this. This person was a TC
Look, Moo Moo Milk.
He'd just done a tweet, it was like 1 minute ago, and he was asking to, physically threaten me. So when I asked, I said, hey, like, I don't really appreciate somebody
He always brings this up.
I don't know why he's saying it, but, what's going on there? This person's still allowed to play the game. This person, is he a TC partner still? I don't know, but...
All right, well, if he would have sent that same thing about one of the developers of the coalition, he would be banned. All right? If he had said that about a coalition member, he would have been clapped. Like, what is hard to understand?
Let's not pretend that... how do I word it?
Maybe it's like...
There are multiple examples
living
of
in a different country, maybe? He has a different...
and they
like
can still play
outlook
the
on
game.
things. I don't know.
There was only a clip yesterday where I saw someone
I think the rest of this is just him
on
crying about
Twitter
what,
spamming the N.
like, poor me. This guy can get away with it. Why can't I get away with it? Like, that whole thought process is screwed up. Okay, when somebody else gets away with something, someone else does something wrong. That does not mean that you can then do that. It's everybody's an individual, and they're all judged individually, and the coalition's going to judge people individually. It doesn't like
the F word. He
just because, like, you know, there's a tweet about you by somebody that plays the game. They are, you know, it's not like, I mean, oh my God,
was shown on video to be doing it.
Even to equate that, even to bring that up into this situation is just another. He just wants, like, that little bit more of clout from putting Moo Moo Milk in his video somehow. That's the only explanation for this.
And he's still playing the game to this day.
And then he snitches, like, you know, snitches, like, oh, I'm banned too, so I'm gonna get some other people banned. You know, like, how is getting another person banned gonna help your situation? Like, how is messing with someone else's life gonna help you get out of the hole that you dug yourself? It's just wrong.
So that is the entire situation. That's it. If you want to, yeah, I don't know. So that's it. I don't really have anything more to say. I don't want to come out with a conspiracy of
conspiracy.
Hey, you know, TC are trying to silence criticism, but it's very, very hard not to come to that conclusion, unfortunately, because all of my stuff is out there. You can look at it, and you know, I've been in probably 1 or 2 public disputes with an esports commentator who called
Colin
something like an egotistical, horrible so and so or something, and I said, hey man, like, come on, what's the deal there? And a forum moderator who basically said my content is shit, and I said, well, I'm sorry mate, I'm not making content for you. You're allowed to dislike it, you're allowed to not enjoy my content or my approach, but I'm not making the content for you, so I'm not going to apologize. Now, if that gets me banned, then I don't know what to say.
Like, I mean, imagine, like, for me, like, the desperation for me to get back on the game would be so great that I would never follow up with shit like this. Like, I'm serious. I'd send a dozen roses to the coalition. Like, I would. Oof. Do you know what really grinds my gears? Yeah, Red Rum. I know, bro. I'm here for the community, but we're all toxic because we won't stick up for them. Like, who's?
I don't know. I've just never had an issue until who knows what. So that's the full story.
Oh my God, how much longer is this shit?
I'm done with this topic.
I don't want him to be like, oh, you didn't watch the whole video.
The only thing about the internet is people will just see that badge and be like, oh, this content creator is an awful person. And they won't put the time of day in to listen to this video or actually do any research themselves.
The video makes you look worse, actually, but okay.
That's the situation.
What's up, Onyx Guard?
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I feel bad for him, man,
also,
but
yeah, people say to me,
I mean, he
hey,
did this
you should
himself.
Move on and play a different game. You should. It's not about that. I actually enjoy playing Gears 5, and I enjoy making content. And if I do enjoy another game, I will play it. I'm not trapped to this game. I take breaks regularly, and I think a lot of people are.
Oh man.
I think they think I'm really frustrated because I can't play the game. It's nothing to do.
Oh,
with
I
that.
know, Onyx Guard. I know.
Me from the game, and I can't play Gears.
He didn't even bring up the real tweet. He didn't bring up the one that got him banned.
Attaching to the ban.
You know, this whole thing, he's just trying to do like damage control.
Something else. That's the frustrating thing. I can go play other video games and do other things. That's entirely fine. The actual in-game ban isn't the frustrating part. It's the hey, this guy's a continued harasser, which is absolutely crazy.
Again, it's not up to the person doing the harassing to judge whether or not they are harassing someone. The person that is being harassed feels harassed. So that means what you are doing is harassment. I mean, there's really no other way to describe that. The person engaging in harassment does not get to then decide what is considered harassment. It's pretty simple.
That's the frustrating part. I don't know. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe share it.
Oh, I'm sharing it.
Know.
Is that it? Yes. All right. Look, I feel bad for him. I literally I do, because I would hate to not be able to play the game either, you know. But the things he did, he's not doing anything to fix. He's not trying. He's not trying to fix anything, and that's a problem. So on.